Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Shantanu Dutt and let me welcome you to this episode of Mid Minutes. In this episode, we are going to talk about vaccine side effects, especially COVID-19 vaccine side effects. This is a follow up to a video I did earlier on COVID-19 vaccine status in India. And thanks to you, it was highly appreciated. I have got both the first and the second dose of COVID-19 vaccine. And during that period, whoever was calling me, the most common question they had was, what are your side effects? How are you feeling? And are you okay? So I think it is very important to address this word vaccine side effects because I think side effects is the wrong word as far as vaccination is concerned. And in this episode, I would try to explain to you that why vaccine side effects are good for you. Whenever a vaccine is developed, it undergoes a complicated process. From research and development to preclinical trials to human trials, then licensing, manufacturing, and finally distribution. Of this, the most important part are the human trials. We have phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 trials in which more and more individuals are involved as we move into phase 3. The phase 3 looks at the effectiveness and the safety of the vaccine. The phase 2 looks at the effectiveness of the vaccine against that virus. And the phase 1 is the stage where we look at the vaccine side effects. So this will give you some confidence that even before we know whether the vaccine is effective or not, we look at and eliminate the side effects. So only when we are sure that this vaccine has minimal or no side effects, only then we will move ahead to phase 2. Let's talk about a very common vaccine which adults receive almost every year. That is a flu vaccine. If you look at the flu vaccine, you can see the common side effects are pain at the injection site, followed by fatigue, muscle ache, headache, and sometimes minimal fever. But when you compare this to COVID-19 vaccines, you notice that the side effects are the same, but the incidence of that side effects, especially after the second dose, is much higher. So the fatigue, the muscle ache, and the headache is much higher. But I say that because the side effects are higher, this vaccine is better for you. Why is it so that vaccine is better for you with more side effects? If you compare at the efficacy of flu vaccine, it is anywhere from 18 to 20%. And thanks to the people who developed the COVID-19 vaccine, the efficacy of the vaccine ranges anywhere from 67% to 95%. And when you have better efficacy, you will have more side effects. So, why is it so that a vaccine which is more effective has more side effects? And why is it a good thing? Our body is comprised of various cells. And the most important cells, I think, are the immune cells. The immune system comprises of white blood cells, helper cells like T helper cells, and then you have the B cells, which make and then finally remember the antibodies. Whenever a virus or a pathogen enters our body, our immune system gets activated, the blood circulation increases, there is formation of immune complexes which cause fever in the patient or that adult, and the immune system finally destroys the virus or the pathogen. And when it destroys the virus and the pathogen, it forms antibodies. And these antibodies, the neutralizing antibodies against this pathogen, remain in the body for some time. And there are cells known as memory B cells, which remember this infection. And whenever this pathogen enters the body again, they are ready to kill it. So this is how our immunity works. So whenever you have symptoms caused by some common illness like common cold, what do we get when we have common cold? When we have common cold, we get fever, we get fatigued, we have runny nose, we have body aches. But contrary to common belief, these symptoms are not caused by common cold. It is caused by your own immune system, which is fighting the common cold. Got it? So when we have our immune system fighting the common cold, we develop all these symptoms. And what are most vaccines made of? Vaccines concerned like COVID vaccine, they have weakened or dead virus. In COVID vaccine, especially, the Covaxin has dead or inactivated virus, and the modern vaccines contain the genetic material of the spike proteins. You have AstraZeneca vaccine, which concerns of a DNA, which makes the mRNA and then makes the spike protein. And then you have the mRNA vaccines, which are the modern vaccines, which directly makes the spike proteins. So whenever the vaccine is injected to our body behaves exactly the same as if it has got the real infection. But contrary to the real infection, this will not spread on your body and won't make you die. So the vaccines will stimulate the immune system exactly the same as the infection. So you will have the side effects which are quite similar. The side effects would be pain at the injection site, followed by fever, fatigue, headache is a common symptom which most people have told me, joint pain, and sometimes chills also with mRNA vaccine. Thankfully, with the AstraZeneca vaccine or the Covishield and Covaxin, these side effects are minimal. Then it's important to look at it that these side effects are common, but they are mild to moderate side effects. They're not severe side effects. What do we mean by severe side effects? Nobody will die of the vaccine. It won't make you that sick that you will have to end up in the hospital. More than 16 million vaccines have been given in India, out of which approximately 38 people required to go to the hospital or got admitted for less than 24 hours. Other people had just minimal side effects. There is something in the news going around that, okay, this person got the vaccine and he died within few hours. Other person got the vaccine, died after 4 days. The other person got the vaccine and was really in a bad condition and died. But it is total of around 4 to 5 right now in India. It is very important to look at this way that the side effects of the vaccine did not kill these people. It has been proven that was not death in these people was not because of side effects. More importantly, look at this. We have 16 million people. We have a cohort or a group of 16 million people, and out of which only 4 died. Forget vaccination. Go and find random 16 million people in India and then follow them for 1 month. It is very common for any reason, any cause. Out of this, 3 to 4 can die. Normally also, forget vaccination. So I would say it is nothing to worry about. What is more important as far as vaccine is concerned? The death from COVID vaccine was zero. Not a single person died of the vaccination. Secondly, if you look further, I would say another thing which is more important, that death from COVID vaccine in clinical trials was zero. Then deaths from COVID-19, like people who got the vaccine, some of them did get COVID-19 infection, but not a single one died of this COVID-19 infection. More importantly, not even a single person who got COVID-19 after vaccination needed hospitalization or needed any kind of admission in the hospital or the modern drugs like remdesivir or other drugs. He did not even require that. He needed simple rest and required like acetaminophen or paracetamol and rest. And within 24 hours to 48 hours, that person was fine. So it is very important to look at this vaccines. It is so effective in preventing death from COVID-19 and preventing hospitalization or serious illness from COVID-19 infection. And what happens when more and more people in a community gets the vaccine? When more people get the vaccine, we have something known as a herd immunity. Basically, the two people who are not vaccinated or are vulnerable, like our children, are separated from one family to another family. If both families are vaccinated, the chances of getting the infection from one to another is dramatically reduced. And that is the only effective way, besides wearing a mask and social distancing, to prevent and then finally remove this COVID-19 pandemic. So hopefully after watching this video, you'll be more enthusiastic to get the COVID-19 vaccine. And you can look at us. There have been crore of people in India who have already got the vaccine, doctors, healthcare workers, policemen who have already got the vaccine and they're doing fine. And with this, if all can get vaccinated as quickly as possible, we can look at this pandemic behind us. Thank you so much.